All right, everybody. Good Tuesday afternoon. Hope yours is going well. And being that it is Tuesday, we're going to take a look at the recent front office decisions again. I think you guys know how this works by now. We're taking a look at the decisions the front office made in the most recent NFL offseason. And we're going to spend a little bit more time talking about some of this stuff because we have reached a little bit of a checkpoint in the season, 4 games, and we now have some idea of whether or not these investments or lack of investment is starting to work out for us. So let's jump right into the free agent re-signings. These are players who were Seahawks last year and are Seahawks again this year. And we're going to start with 2 running backs, and I want to address a couple things with these 2 guys. And there's some stuff I want to convey because I've seen some comments in my stream chats and video comments recently about these 2 guys and what their roles should be going forward. So, 4 games in, Carson has 60 touches, 261 yards, and 3 touchdowns, 1 fumble. PFF really likes him, 71.2. Alex Collins has 42 snaps, so he finally actually got a decent share of the snaps against the Niners. 15 touches, 111 yards, and 1 touchdown. PFF thinks he's okay. I don't really know what they're looking for with him that they're not getting, but they're not in love. But some people, after that Niners game, I noticed in the post-game chat, they were being kind of critical of Carson. They were wondering if Collins should start. They were wondering if Carson should be here. There was some criticism levied at Carson because he didn't really do anything against the 49ers. And he also didn't have much of a game against the Titans, if we're being honest. So, the thing to understand with Carson for me, and when we're talking about investment versus return, Carson is not really what Shane Waldron wants in his offense, I don't think. And I think you guys, if you watch the way we use Carson sometimes, you can see that he's doing things that are not his skill set. He's getting these outside runs. He's getting these pitch plays that go to the sideline. He's being asked to play in space. That's not really Chris Carson's game. Now, he can do it adequately. He can muddle through a little bit, but Carson is a power back who likes to run through people and likes to just run it up the gut. Carson was a great running back for what guys like Schottenheimer like to do. But we needed to move forward, obviously, but we knew that Carson, to a certain extent, was getting left behind when we brought in the new offensive system. Now, the key to all this is that Carson was cheap. Carson didn't cost a lot of money. So realistically, if Carson continues on this pace and ends up having about 1,100 yards from scrimmage this season, he's earning his money and then some. So no problem with Carson. Not surprised that he doesn't look great in some of these games. That's just going to happen in this new offense. Alex Collins does sometimes look better than him, and Collins, by the way, great investment. He's making veteran minimum money and is playing really well. So I think that's just an instance where you have an imperfect player for your system, but he's good enough to help, and his price tag is cheap enough to where it justifies keeping him around. So that's my read. Don't expect Carson to be some 100-yard every game player. Okay, now we have Ethan Posick. He still has not gotten back on the field since week 1, so nothing's changed here. I really don't know if I should even say this because I feel like if I say it, Aaron Donald's going to rip him apart like a pit bull on Thursday night. Kyle Fuller did not play that bad against the Niners. In fact, he played pretty well, but to my eye, seemed to me that he's getting better. Now, it's not enough for him to get better. He actually has to get good. But that was a pretty decent game by Kyle Fuller. Corbin Smith actually said he thought he was our best offensive lineman against the Niners. So if that ends up working out, and I still have my doubts, the Ethan Posick miss becomes less damaging. But this is, again, probably the wrong time to be talking about Kyle Fuller positively because he's about to go up against Aaron Donald. Okay, moving on to the defensive re-signings, you have Poona Ford. He's chugging along. He had a tackle for loss against the Niners. He's got 10 tackles on the season, over 200 snaps. He's doing his thing. PFF grade about 66, pretty good. I'm just not seeing the same stuff I saw with him in previous years at One Tech, so we might want to try to find a way to move him back there at least some of the time. Maybe you can get creative with Kimdichie and Monet and Collier, but he's not the... he was occasionally dominant last year at 1 Tech. I'm not seeing it this year at 3 Tech. Dunlap, he played well against the Niners and kind of got boned by the refs. He had an impact in that game, but he didn't record any stats. So I don't know where we are with Dunlap right now. Obviously, he might miss 1 game, maybe more than 1 game, and we'll see how much we miss him. The PFF grade likes him a lot, and I can understand why that might be the case. I don't know if Dunlap is doing anything wrong, but he doesn't look like he's playing the way that he was playing last year. Last year, he was able to beat these blocking schemes. Last year, he was just able to basically cut the knot. This year, it seems like there are things that teams can do to neutralize him with just 1 blocker. So I don't know if he got worse. I don't really know. But Dunlap, I'm going to say that we're not really getting our money's worth, but I don't think he's playing bad. And Benson Mayowa missed the game again, so nothing new to report here. And that wraps up the free agent re-signings. It's okay. Yeah. Okay, now we go to our signings and trades. Gerald Everett didn't play against the Niners, so nothing new here. Gabe Jackson played every snap, however. And according to my sources, not only did he not have any penalties, not only did he not allow any sacks, he didn't allow any pressures. And if that's true, that matters. Now, granted, he's not playing elite competition, and he will be this week. But Gabe Jackson was allowing some pressures those first 3 weeks, I think. So for him to not allow any against the Niners is a big step in the right direction for him. PFF grade of 59.7 is okay. He's fine. He's solid. He's not great. He's not really good. Maybe he's not even quite good, but he's close enough to where I'm happy he's around. Okay, Al Woods still chugging along, still doing his thing. He actually played pretty well against the Niners as near as I could tell. I think he had 3 tackles and a couple hits on the quarterback. And Al Woods is not the kind of player who gets a lot of hits on the quarterback. So he's doing things that I didn't expect from him. And I'm getting more out of Al Woods so far this year than I was expecting. His PFF grade's up to close to 80. Now, here's the thing. I can say all that about Al Woods, but we're not stopping the run. And Al Woods is here to help us stop the run. So I can't say that he's amazing and perfect and awesome if we're getting gashed on the run every single game. And we've had 1 good game against the run so far this year. To my eye, the last 3 have been pretty bad. So I see all these impressive plays and these nice stats being put up by the guys like Al Woods and Bobby Wagner and Jordan Brooks maybe, but why can't we stop the run? So I'm not going to sit here and act like Al Woods is some all-pro defensive tackle, but I think individually he's doing pretty well. I just don't know why it's not manifesting itself into an effective run defense, because it's not like we sacrificed run defense for better pass defense, because we can't stop the pass either. Hopefully it works itself out, but I think Al Woods is playing pretty well. Kerry Hyder also playing pretty well. He had a decent game against the Niners. I think he had a QB hit. He played a normal number of snaps. He picked up a couple tackles. PFF grade of 68, still quite solid, still indicative of a good player. And you can see where we did miss Hyder in that Vikings game after the concussion. So happy he's back, happy he's playing again. And finally, Sidney Jones, because Blessuan Austin did not play. 7 tackles, 1 pass deflection, 35.7 PFF. So put the anointing oil away. Yes, he did show some positive signs for the Seahawks defense, but he's got a ways to go for me. He gave up a lot in coverage, and I don't trust PFF on everything, but this is a very bad grade, and it has to mean something. Okay, the rookies are once again going to be really quick because we only had 1 rookie play against the Niners. It was Jake Curhan. He played, I think, 8 snaps. He didn't really do anything. PFF continues to hate him. I don't really know why. I don't think he did anything wrong in that game. I don't think he was the guy giving up pressure. I don't think he was the guy who gave up sacks. I don't think he was blowing assignments on running plays. But PFF thinks this guy is just cancer, I guess. I don't know what it is. I don't know what he did in 8 snaps that was so offensive to PFF that they dropped his grade even more. But it is what it is. Nobody else played. So now all we have left are the departures, the 4 free agents of note or cuts of note that we had this offseason. So Shaq Griffin played a pretty good game on Thursday Night Football. He drew a PI. He, I think, made a couple of plays in coverage. He allowed 3 receptions total in that game to get himself up to 14 on the season. He's still playing every snap. He's got 19 tackles. He's playing okay. I think this last game was probably his best. His PFF grade is quite good now, 65.3. Still not really worth $15 million, but he's playing fine. Not playing fine is Jarran Reed. He's still playing a good amount because the Chiefs don't really have a whole lot to work with, but he did not record any stats in the Chiefs game. I think he had 1 QB hit, but in terms of tackles, I don't believe he had any in that game. So not a whole lot going right for Jarran Reed so far. His PFF grade is still below 50, which is indicative of a replacement level player. So yeah, Jarran Reed not really doing a whole lot to make me miss him right now. KJ Wright just played on Monday Night Football, and I don't know what the snap count is, so this is still from last week. I know he played a lot because of an injury, and I don't know what his new PFF grade is because as of right now, I don't have his PFF grade. But I know he had 5 tackles in this game. I, however, also know that he was getting roasted in coverage because he was being forced into coverage because of an injury to another Raider linebacker, and he really can't handle that. He was getting toasted by running backs and tight ends, I think. So KJ Wright posted 5 tackles against the Chargers, but he did not really have a good game, and you can see some of the shortcomings that maybe led to us deciding it was time to move on. Finally, we have Carlos Hyde, who actually didn't play for Jacksonville in that Thursday night game. I don't know why exactly, but his numbers did not move. He's still having a pretty decent season for a backup running back, and that is all of it. So what can we say about the front office's recent decisions makings after 4 games? Well, we're not getting really anything from rookies, but given the fact that we had 3 draft picks, it's not surprising. I can say that the players that we let go, we mostly made pretty good decisions. I'm not seeing a whole lot here that I'm missing. I know Shaq Griffin is better than what we have right now, but he's not $10 million better than what we have right now. I like these free agent signings and trades we made. Obviously, Everett didn't play, but I think he's a good player, and I think we did some good work here. And the free agent re-signings are like it's okay. Like, this stuff is so okay. We really needed to hit a home run this offseason, and it seems like some of the things we did aren't really working out. Like, I like Dunlap. I don't know if what's going on right now is his fault, but we're not getting $10 million worth of pass rush from him right now. I like Poona Ford. I don't know if what's going on right now is his fault, but we're not getting $10 million of defensive tackle play from him. And the miss on Posick is compounding if we don't get better play from the center. So I don't know. I liked the offseason that we had. As of right now, looking at it, there's still a lot that I like, but there's starting to be more that I'm liking a little less or not liking. So let me know what you guys think down below. That's going to do it for this video. More stuff coming later. We've got limited amount of time before week number 5 against the Rams. See you guys later. Go Hawks.